Hello and welcome to the summit of Mount Guked in the heart of Englandshire. Daban commented on some videos that we made, so hi Daban, nice to see you, and you said you'd like to hear my thoughts about Jalira, Master Polymorphist. Well, she's a legendary creature, human wizard, 3 and 1 blue. You pay 2 colourless and a blue and you tap her, you sacrifice another creature, and you can reveal cards off the top of your library until you reveal a non-legendary creature card. You then put that card onto the battlefield and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. I like the flavour text here. It says, you can become anything if I just put my mind to it. How cheeky is she? So, what creatures do we have? What spells do we have? What lands do we have? Let's start off with some lands actually. We've got about 30 islands, mono blue deck. What else we got? Mono blue, Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx to help us generate a bit more mana. Rogue's Passage to slip through for lethal with some... Generally, if you're going to be cheating creatures onto the board, you're going to want some big creatures. Encroaching Wastes, just to destroy anything that they've got. Bit of land destruction in a deck isn't that bad. And then this one, Safe Haven. I quite like Safe Haven. It's a land. You pay 2 colourless mana and you tap it, and you can remove a creature you control from the game, and you can play this as an instant. 0, sacrifice Safe Haven, return all creatures removed from the game and put them directly into play under their owner's control as though they were just summoned. So yeah, I quite like that. If you're having troubles, you can just tuck it. Yeah, I haven't used it massively, but it's quite good. Kind of another way of just sort of evading stopping your creatures getting killed off. Right, so we've got some lands, we've got Jalira. What else have we got? We need to think about what creatures we've got. Sacrificing another creature was a bit of a trouble in the playtest. I sometimes forgot about that completely and everyone just laughed at me. But here we go, an addition would be Talrand. I know he's legendary, but hopefully you can use him and his abilities. Another person that uses tokens or generates tokens could be things like Coral Barrier. That's not too bad. Someone else that generates tokens is Chasm Skulker. Who else? Master of the Waves. That's pretty good. All these are pretty good, but I think I probably need more, if anything, because I was really stuck. I don't want to sacrifice things that are already on the board, so more token generation. If you've got any other ideas apart from these ones, let me know in the comments. Things which are sort of big and fat. You've got things like Deep Sea Serpent, Stormtide Leviathan is just a complete bomb. Really, really like that. You've got things like Master of Predicaments, just another way of cheating stuff onto the board. Scourge of the Fleets, that's really funny. People didn't like that at all. Chancellor of the Spires, that's quite fun. It's 4 and 3 blue. You may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, everybody mills cards, their hands into their library and then draws a new hand. It's a flying 5/7, and when it enters the battlefield, you may cast target instant or sorcery from an opponent's graveyard without paying its mana cost. It's a fatty and it lets you do something else. That's quite fun. Things like Archaeomancer are quite utility. You've got things like Captain of the Mists, Void Stalker. Delver of Secrets, just for flavour really. I quite like that whole sort of, I want to change things into other things. You've got things like Jace's Mind Seeker, which works in a similar way to Chancellor of Spires. What else we got? We've got things like Thasso, God of the Sea. She just helps you sort of organise your deck. You've got some blink effects, Deadeye Navigator. I quite like Elgard Shieldmate. Archetype of Imagination, give everything flying. Dacromystic, that did a lot of work. Just being able to siphon through a big game, stupidly funny. Ixodron, turns everyone's creatures into, morphed creatures, 2/2. And yeah, it's just funny and a bit annoying. Talking about funny and a bit annoying, there's an Aetherling. Super annoying, Perplexing Chimera. Mnemonic Wall, Body Double, Soul Caesar, Clone Shell. I know that's an artifact, but I really like Clone Shell. Need to put that there. You've got Cryptic Annelid, does a whole bunch of scrying for you, and something that, I don't know, this is probably one of the first Magic cards I ever got really excited about. Thing from the Deep. I still get excited about it when I see it. I really like, who is it, Paolo Parente's art. Kind of makes me think of Theros, really. Got a little boat about to be chomped by some crazy Leviathan. I really like that. Going back to Clone Shell. He comes as a 5 colourless cost artifact creature shapeshifter. He's 2/2. Imprint. When he enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library, exile one of them face down, put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. He kind of does what Jalira does. When Clone Shell is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, turn the exiled card face up. If it's a creature card, put it onto the battlefield under your control. So one thing's quite nice is that you can play this and exile cards off the top of your library, put Master of the Waves underneath it. Next go, sacrifice it. Master of the Waves comes onto the board. You should be able to recur it as well, but again, all these little things don't necessarily work massively well in a big deck, but we'll see. We've got things like Sensei's Divining Top, we've got Soul Ring, Colossus of Akros, Ulamog's Crusher, Pathrazer of Ulamog, Hand of Emrakul, Extraplanar Lens, a Crow and Horse, just to generate these tokens so that we don't have to sacrifice these things that we're finding. Elixir of Immortality is always good, just in case people are doing funny shenanigans and trying to mill you out. Bident of Thassa. Spells. I think I've probably got too many spells, and probably not enough crazy big creatures, but it's not really about that. I think it's more about playing a nice long game of EDH. So we've got things like Gainsay, Dissolve, Swan Song, Dream Fraction, Negate, Essence Scatter. Picked up a Pongify the other day. I have to thank Kieran from Athena Games in Norwich for that. He helped me find a few extra things. He also helped me find Overnize. Got some rapid hybridization there. Polymorph's Jest, Stolen Identity, Brainstorm, Compulsive Research, Dissipate, Polymorphous Rush, Aetherize, Split Decision, Curse of the Swine, Cancel, Whelming Wave. You see that some of my big creatures were Leviathans. I think I want to try that because I managed to cast it with a Stormtide Leviathan on the board, and everyone just groaned. It was quite funny. Bit of Mind Control, bit of Misdirection, Cackling Counterpart, Mass Polymorph. Quite like this. Exile all creatures you control, then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal that many creature cards. Put all creature cards revealed this way onto the battlefield, then shuffle the rest of the reveal cards into your library. So I guess you can do that with tokens. That could be quite funny. We've got a Fact or Fiction. We've got a Switcheroo, Fated Infatuation, and Clone. That is my 100 card deck so far. It's got a lot of holes in it. I don't think I need that many spells. I'd like you guys to tell me about any stupidly costed big blue creatures. Things like Stormtide Leviathan with big blue costs, Thing from the Deep. And that just boosts up Nykthos Shrines to Nyx's abilities. Got a nice Elemental, Ball token, Bird token, and a Drake token. Let me know what you think. This is still a work in progress. It's super fun to play. I totally recommend it if you have a chance. And yeah, if I get lots and lots of different ideas, I'll probably rerun this soon. But if you haven't already, check out Jalira, Master Polymorphist. Signing out from the summit of Mount Guked in the heart of Englandshire. Take care, guys.